Yes, sir. Now that's funny. Azchike on the intro, baby. What it do? Today is another great episode of RSL, RK Sports Line. Yes, sir. Repping the Dodger jersey because they did win yesterday over the Padres. So you know why we here, baby. We get it. About to get into them stats. About to get into everything. Hockey, basketball. Got some more fantasy waiver for you guys to pick up too as well. So stay tuned. Please watch the video. You already know the deal. Today is October 12th, 2022. Just want to start out the show that I do want you guys to tap in with your family members and your friends. Please check in on their mental health. Please, I really appreciate it if you guys could. That is a big deal to me because a lot of people do go through struggles right now, especially during the holidays. They got a lot of stuff on their plate, a lot of stuff on their shoulders. So if you guys are able to reach out for, to your family and friends, make sure they're okay and they're good, this world's going to be a whole lot better place, you know what I'm saying? But let's get straight into it. I want to start off right here, right off the rib, with some hockey, you know what I'm saying? We did have the season opener. Rangers did beat Tampa Bay 1-3 yesterday, but the game that I want to get into is for sure the Knights versus the Kings. Oh, man, what a heartbreaker for the Kings yesterday. They lost. They gave up a last-second goal, 24.9 seconds left in the game. It was tough to watch, man. It was so hard because they fought their way back in that third period, man. Tied up the game, and just to let that goal get past them with that 29 seconds left, or 24 seconds left, excuse me, was huge. It was huge. But, I mean, it's only one game. They will play another game Thursday against Seattle. The Kings did score first, though, in that game. Vladimir scored the first goal of the season. Kemp and Arthur also scored that game too as well. But since, Quick didn't have, the defense there to protect him, he had 47 saves with an average of .922 percentage, and they shot at him 51 times. So, I mean, that isn't bad at all. That is great stats right there, to be honest. But for Thompson on the other side for the Knights, he had 30 saves, and he was only shot at 27 times for an average of .900. And that was pretty much the difference right there. It was a shot against, pretty much. The Knights just kept attacking, especially in that second and third period, which, was the backbreaker for the Kings. Quick was doing all that he could. He had 47 saves out of 51. You feel me? That's pretty freaking amazing, but you gotta get more shots up. You gotta shoot more than 30 times. You feel me? Like, there's no way you can only have 30 shots against, a goalie and give up 51 on the other end and expect to win the game. I mean, you just gotta step it up. But I mean, like I said, the Kings are gonna be able to bounce back Thursday against Seattle. Hopefully they can get that dub and even out the season with the 1-1 record. Let's get into some baseball here. I am going to start with the Phillies and the Braves. Phillies did win 7-6. Castellanos and Serga, huge bats, helped the Phillies, come back and get that win. Travis and the Braves, they couldn't get enough batters on. They couldn't get enough runs, so that was pretty much the backbreaker. They went back and forth, but like I said, Travis's bat was just not enough. He needed more help, and the Atlanta Braves, they couldn't show up. They just couldn't. I don't know if they're going to be able to go back-to-back this year. It's going to be really tough now because they are in the whole 1-0, you know what I'm saying? But if they're able to bounce back, they do play today at 1:40. So we'll see if they're able to, bounce back. The next game is in Atlanta, and then after that it switches to Philadelphia. So if they plan on closing it out, the Phillies going to have to win tonight so they could close it out at home. If not, Atlanta's in trouble. Atlanta is in trouble. Also, the Mariners versus Houston. Heartbreaker for the Mariners. They lost 7-8. Man, the batting for Seattle, man, they were there in the first half of the game, but that 8th and 9th inning, man, they just collapsed. The pitching was just not there. The last surge from Houston was pretty much what pushed them over the edge. Alvarez had a 3-shot home run with the last out in the 9th inning, so that was a huge backbreaker, especially for that young team right now. they need to get dubs when they can. You feel me? And especially losing a game like that against Houston in Houston, it's gonna be tough now. I mean, if they would have took that game, they probably would have took the series. But now they're kind of back up against the walls. I know it's still early; it's a 5-game series, but still, that's a very young team. And Houston, obviously, they have veterans, so they know what to do and what's expected. And they do play Thursday at 12:40. That's going to be the next game. It is in Houston, like I said. And then we also had the Guardians versus the Yankees. The Yankees handled 4-1. Cole, even though he gave up a few bases loaded early off in the game, Cleveland just can't find an offense right now. They are struggling, and they are struggling bad. The Yankees scored off a couple solo home runs and a sacrifice fly. And pretty much, man, if the Guardians expect to even put up a fight against New York, they have to find some offense because they are struggling right now to find offense. They just can't. They can't put it together. They just can't. I mean, they're trying to rely too much on their pitching. You can't really do that. You got to find a way to put batters on base, and you got to find a way to bring them home. If not, you're not going to be able to compete with, Aaron Judge and Stanton. Like, it's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. But let's finish off here with some baseball with a Dodgers dub 5-3, baby. Let's go. Yes. One game at a time, 2 games closer to the next series, you know what I'm saying? Trey had a solo shot in the first inning. Julio had 15 straight strikes through 3 innings, which is freaking amazing. Julio was on his ish yesterday. He was on it. Oh, he was so on it. But the 5th inning, Julio did, start, to fall off just a little bit. The 5th inning is where the Padres did surge. They end up bringing the score within 2, but the Dodgers bullpen were able to shut them out the rest of the way. But, I mean, the game was closer than we all expected, to be honest, in my opinion, because the way that we started out, dude, it looked like we were just going to put them in the dirt. We were just going to put them in the dirt, you know what I'm saying? No ace effort. But, you can't count out them you can't count out them dudes for the Padres. They got some hitters. They are able to, connect and do what they have to do. And obviously, that 5th inning surge pretty much showed right then and there. Yeah, they're here, but they're not as hot as us, like Freddie said. We've been hot for 7 months. They've only been hot for a couple games. So hopefully we can put out the fire tonight because we do have Kershaw versus Darvish tonight at 5:40. Hopefully Kershaw, I don't expect this game to be like yesterday. I do expect it to be maybe no score higher than 4. I want to see the Dodgers will win. I see the score being 4-1, if not 3-1. But it's gonna be a pitching battle today. It is gonna be nothing but pitching, nothing but strikeouts. Maybe you might get a few walks here and there, but I do expect this to be a pitching battle. And hopefully our bullpen is able to show up and step up in those situations because that is gonna be huge. You know what I'm saying? Get into some basketball here. Yes, sir. We're gonna get into some basketball. Gonna start off here with the Warriors and the Blazers. None of the starters played for the Warriors, but they still beat the Blazers 131-98. No Damian Lillard. Warriors shot 50% from the field. Blazers shot 38% from the field. But my concern right now is, if you're Damian Lillard, are you getting a little bit worried right now? Because even with the Golden State Warriors not having their starters and the Blazers having their starters minus Damian Lillard, they still got blown out. Like, do they need to go find another piece? Do they need to does Damian Lillard need to ask out? Because I don't know if Nurkic, Grant, or Simmons is going to be enough to take him over the hump. I really don't. And for Damian Lillard, dude, I hate to say it, but I don't want him to waste his talents. I really don't. I want him to go out and actually contend for an actual ring. I want him to be relevant because as of right now, I don't see the point in being relevant. I really don't. I could see them maybe trying to play in for, a playing spot, but even then, it's like, it's kind of wasting talent. Damian Lillard hasn't always been healthy too. I mean, you can't say it's all just on him and the organization. He hasn't been healthy too as well, so he hasn't been helping in that category. But still, you gotta find a way to keep a team contending and keep parts around him so he could be happy. Losing CJ McCollum is gonna look very huge going into this year. They're gonna have to find a way. Either Grant or Simmons is gonna have to step up. They're gonna have to step up. Huge. They're gonna have to step up. Gonna get into some Spurs, Jazz. Spurs didn't win yesterday, 111-104. Spurs shot 47% from the field. Jazz shot 40% from the field. And honestly, I'm not going to tell you guys stats about that game because, I mean, there's really not a lot to watch there. There's not a lot of big names in those games. But my only question is for you guys in the public is, if I'm Clarkson or am I Michael Conley, do I give a chance in the organization and give it time for them to, build a team around those two players, mainly Clarkson, not Conley, because Conley is at the end of his career? Or do I ask for a trade and go to a contending team? And if I do, what contending team should I go to? Because Clarkson, he's a good player. And Danny Ainge, as his, general manager mindset is, he's going to want to ask for a boatload. They already got a lot for Donovan Mitchell. They already got a bunch for Rudy Gobert. So it's like, what else can't you get for Clarkson? You feel me? Clarkson is a solid 6-man. He could potentially be a starter, but honestly, he's flourished coming off the bench. So you probably wouldn't want to switch that up if you're in another organization. And especially, too, like if you want to push and, get past like a Milwaukee, you want to get past a Memphis, a Phoenix, you're going to need depth and you're going to need, a deep team. And how would Clarkson not help out your team if you're one of those teams that need to get pushed over the hump? So, I mean, I want to hear you guys' comments. I want to hear you guys' take on that because if I was Clarkson or Michael Conley, I would want to ask out. Maybe I'll give it a couple months, see how the team is looking. But if we're at that bottom 5 teams in the Western Conference, yeah, I'm asking out. I'm sorry. I'm not wasting my talents. And I'm not potentially waiting until, Wembanyama gets drafted to the Jazz or something and then going from there. Like, I can't. Because even one player like that can only do so much. Because even for example, for the Thunder, who I am gonna get into today, they drafted Chet Holmgren, and now he's not even playing this year because he got hurt in the Pro League. So it's like, do you take that chance, or do you rather just go to a team that's already solidified and already has that contending champs? Honestly, Clarkson should make his way to Dallas, realistically. Now that I'm just thinking about it, Dallas would be a nice fit for that man. They do have a lot of guards down there, but him coming off the bench with Dinwiddie starting too, and then you got Luka there too, they're going to be nice. And you can't forget about Tim Hardaway too. They're going to be nice. I want to get into some Bucks Bulls here. Bulls ended up being the Bucks 127-104. The Bucks shot 40% from the field. The Bulls shot 53% from the field. And I'm going to read off some stats here because the second-year player, Jordan, had 31 minutes for Milwaukee, 25 points, 9 for 17 from the field, 4 for 9 from downtown, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. If you can start putting up numbers like that, best believe that depth from Milwaukee is just going to get deeper. And that team is just going to get scarier. And especially, too, if they keep loading up on shooters, bro, it's like, it don't matter who they lose in the offseason or who wants to leave. Clearly, what they're doing as an organization, they are finding players and shooters. And that is pretty freaking amazing. That's how you stay contended. And I don't see why Giannis wouldn't want to leave because, I mean, he keeps surrounding him with talents like this, bro. Sky's the limit for that team and that squad, For the Bulls, we had Andre Drummond with 18 minutes, 16 points, 7 for 9 from the field, 0 for 1 from downtown, 9 rebounds and 2 assists. The reason I want to talk about DeAndre Drummond, is he's starting to shoot threes now. The other day, man's went 3 for 3 from downtown. I know it was just one game, but if he is able to spread the floor, do you think he's gonna be a relevant name again as a big man? Because if he starts to shoot threes, he could help out that Bulls team. He could really do so. Coming off the bench for them, it's pretty impressive. I mean, yes, I know it's just a 1-game glimpse, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see with Drummond. Time will tell. And then want to get into the second-year player from Chicago here, Patrick Williams, 32 minutes, 22 points, 9 for 17 from the field, 1 for 5 from downtown, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. That's a pretty nice sideline from a second-year player. We're going to have a lot of up-and-coming players that are going to be second-year players that are going to have to play big roles on these contending teams. And if these players can, have that upside that the organization is expecting them to have, dude, some of these teams that you did not see last year making too much noise are going to make even more noise because they're going to be deeper. Want to get into some Thunder versus the Pistons here. Thunder won 115-99. The Thunder shot 52% from the field. Pistons shot 41% from the field. Luke Dort for the Thunder had 25 minutes. He had 16 points, 6 for 10 from the field, 2 for 4 from downtown, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. That's some Dort numbers right there, you know? Dort has really improved his offensive game, which is freaking impressive. Yes, he's not on a contending team, but maybe in the future when he comes a free agent or something, maybe he might be relevant for another team, and they might want to go sign him because he is a good 3-and-D guy, and that's what you really need in this league. Also, Josh Giddey, not Gritty, Josh Giddey, you know what I'm saying? 25 minutes, 16 points, 6 for 14 from the field, 4 for 8 from downtown, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. That man's always been a shooter, man. That man's always been the shooter. He's always had the strap. He's gonna be an impressive guy. He's really gonna be an impressive guy. I wish that, you know, Chet Holmgren would have never got hurt this year, because him and Chet Holmgren together would have been a nasty pick and roll. Nasty pick and roll. It would have been dirty. But that's something that we might have to look for the following season, which is gonna be pretty tragic. But it is what it is. You can't prevent injuries. But oh well. For the Pistons here, we had Kalen Haynes, 27 minutes, 20 points, 8 for 13 from the field, 4 for 6 from downtown, 1 rebound, 7 assists. Pretty good shooting performance right there, if you ask me. Even though they don't have a lot of big names, Cade Cunningham didn't have a good day. Jaden Ivey didn't have a good day either, but if you have these other players stepping up and helping them out too, it's going to be big. The Pistons aren't going to be too relevant this year, but you know, they are showing a bit promises for maybe down the road 2 to 3 years from now. You also have Bay with 28 minutes, 19 points, 5 for 10 from downtown, from the field, 2 for 5 from downtown, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Like I said, now you get that supporting cast around them, and you're able to build stuff around Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham. That's all that matters pretty much for the organization in my eyes. Right now, I feel like we're going to be getting into the halfway point of the show. Do have a couple more basketball highlights and preseason games that are coming to you today that I want to talk about. And I also have some NFL waiver wires for you guys to go look at. And we're going to get into the misdemeanor that just got charged to Devontae Adams as well. Yes, I'm going to play some Mac G for you guys right now. Honestly, one of his top 2, in my opinion, best songs right now. I don't know, but y'all let me know. I think this shit for sure, bang.
That's that shit right here. Let me tell you what it was, what it is, and I was going to look forward. This is one of the rap. Dreams on, I can never my back. Wanna go to the leagues, all shit. What you thinking? Not dealing with this real life shit. I'm smoking so much. Got my mind's head crazy. I'm smoking the devil. Niggas love me to show me, baby. Just keep it alone. I saw my people like I don't know what they need me to say. Same kisses, I was chubby. Ain't much change. Dogs from the beaches. I can see how the money can change. I don't want that Lolo for my eyes. With that new page, I can take care of those dudes. I was just laying off. It's never just that easy. I got an Instagram on the movie. Got a superstar type. This is so deep. On top of the fucking world. If you ever live in the region, certified seven around streets. Still got 3 scenes. This music's all I got, but I promise it's all that I need. Stay down, but I curse you in. That's what the town brings. And that's what's down there.
Often discussed arises about which Mexican rapper is going to be the one that kind of sticks in the flag in mainstream hip-hop for us, and because it's happened to us in the past, but I think this generation really wants theirs. We want the Kendrick Lamar of like Mexican rap, Mexican American rappers, right? We don't want Nip.
Mac G, yes sir, with the intro. Mind of a Mac, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Go tap in with my boy. Go look him up on YouTube, on Apple Music, SoundCloud, Spotify. Do it all. Run it up. That was the intro right there. That shit for sure, banger. And you can't play, because I don't play. And you know I know good music, you know what I'm saying? So, but let's get back into the, some NBA stats here. I want to finish off the NBA here with the most impressive game of the night, to be honest, in my opinion, because we did have full squad versus full squad. Magic end up winning the 109 to 105. Magic shot 47% from the field. Grizzlies shot 40% from the field. Wendell Carter Jr. in 31 minutes had 18 points, 8 for 13 from the field, 1 for 3 from downtown, 7 rebounds and 8 assists. That's some nice numbers right there for Mr. Wendell. No lie, that's some nice numbers. And you have Paulo Banchero in 27 minutes, 17 points, 6 for 9 from the field, 0 for 1 from downtown, 9 rebounds and 2 assists. That's some nice numbers right there from the rookie too. Against a Memphis Grizzlies team, 2 at full capacity. That's pretty legit. Pretty legit. And I'm going to mention here for the Grizzlies, you do have Bane, 32 minutes. He had 33 points, 11 from 18 from the field, 4 for 6 from downtown, 2 rebounds and 1 assist. Mans is going to put up his numbers. And if he keeps shooting like this, especially from downtown, Mans is going to have to, they're going to have to pay Mans, period. At this point, they're going to have to pay him because, I mean, Bane is becoming, that second option, in my opinion, besides Ja Morant. Ja Morant is going to be the number 1 offense for sure. I thought Jaren Jackson was going to be that guy, but I guess not. It's going to be Bane. And honestly, you can't really complain because Bane is being Bane and he's doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? And he had Ja Morant in 32 minutes. He had 23 points, 8 for 24 from the field, 0 for 6 from downtown, 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Not a great shooting performance from Ja Morant, especially from downtown, but it is the preseason, so hopefully he can chuck up the bricks now and nothing will affect him in the regular season. But who knows? In my opinion, honestly, he's going to make that run for the MVP. In my opinion, I think it's either going to be him or Luka that's going to end up walking away with it, in my opinion. Or maybe Anthony Davis, to be honest, if he keeps playing the way he did the other preseason game. Today, we do also have preseason basketball games. To start off the day, we have the Hawks versus the Cavs, Knicks versus the Pacers, Hornets versus the 76ers, Heat and Pelicans, Nets and Bucks, Kings and Suns, Lakers and the Timberwolves at 7 on ESPN, and then the Nuggets and the Clippers to finish off the night. So that pretty much wraps up for the basketball there. I do want to bring you guys a couple NFL waiver wires if you guys haven't been paying attention, or if these guys are still available in your league. Starting off here with running backs, Ramondre Stevenson from New England. He's rostered mostly in 77% of people's leagues, but if he's still available, go get him. Jeff Wilson too. He's available 68% of the time. He might be rostered, but you never know. Go check him out if you're able to grab him. Travis Etienne, go get him too as well from Jacksonville. Stash Rashard White from Tampa Bay, Tevin Coleman too as well, and Deion Jackson and Mike Boone, because all of those guys are gonna be valuable, especially Deion Jackson with the whole Najee Hines concussion and everything too as well. Philip Lindsay is, not being that guy, but they seem to love Deion Jackson a bit more, and then Mike Boone, already with the whole Melvin Gordon situation. So as soon as he fumbles or gives up the ball in any type of way, Mike Boone is for sure going to step up into that role, for sure. Wide receivers, Alan Lazard. He should be a player you guys should go add. George Pickens too as well. Jacoby Myers, Michael Gallup, and Josh Reynolds for sure. Those are guys that you guys should go add if they're available. Stash these wide receivers if you can. Alec Pierce, Darius Slayton, and Randall Cobb. All of them need to be stashed because they're only going to get more and more reception later on into the year, and especially if they have favorable matchups against weak secondaries that teams that are going to get hurt. You guys are going to want to have them, and best believe they're going to help you in the playoffs for fantasy, no doubt. Tight ends, Hayden Hurts, go pick him up, and then stash Tyson Hill if you're able to. Boom or bust quarterbacks too. Go get Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, and Kenny Pickett. Those are quarterbacks that are going to be boom or bust. Those are quarterbacks you're going to have to really look into their matchups and see if they are worth the start, because as of recently, if you do start them, they do give you numbers, and they are mobile quarterbacks, so they are able to run and give you those, running touchdowns. Shoot, Zach Wilson the other day caught a touchdown, so you might get double points for that, depending on how your league is ran. So go look up those players if you could. I do want to finish off with Devontae Adams and his misdemeanor. It kind of sucks, and I get it. It was out of frustration. Man maybe should have been in his way, but either way, you don't push somebody that works for the NFL especially with like a camera on them or whatever. Like, that's kind of messed up. You shouldn't want to frustrate your anger, even though it was a tough win and he already had a lot going through his head. And it sucks that, that NFL worker pretty much, filed a report against him, and now there's a misdemeanor filed against Davante Adams. Where is that going to go? I do not know. Is he going to get fined by the NFL? Probably, most likely. But is he going to be suspended? Probably not. So you guys shouldn't worry about that fantasy-wise. If he does somehow, maybe you guys want to go pick up some of those receivers down in Las Vegas. But as of right now, yeah, Davante Adams is charged with a misdemeanor. And hopefully there's no more than that. Hopefully Maz doesn't, try to sell out and try to get money from that dude or try to sue him or something, because obviously he's not going to win, because, he might win. I could be wrong, but, it just sucks. It just sucks. It's something that you probably wouldn't expect from somebody of that caliber, especially Davante Adams. But, oh snap. But that wraps up today's show. Another episode here in RSL. Had a lot of complications going around me today. Had my mom interrupt me and my dog throw up in the background. So if the video looks a little bit weird, it's because of that. I'm trying to work my best to get these best videos out for you guys and give you guys the best information that I can. I hope you guys are able to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about the page too if they are looking for fantasy help, looking for stats and anything, sports-wise. I am still looking for people to come on my show. If you guys want to talk about sports, let me know. Comment down below if you guys want to get into this, you know what I'm saying? But that is another show for today. I will bring you guys headlines for the Dodger game. Hopefully we do win tonight. I'm a little bit scared, but I think we're going to pull it off, you know what I'm saying? We'll give you guys Laker highlights too as well. We'll talk a little bit more about the Seattle versus Kings game, hockey. And we'll also talk about the Thursday night game, even though there shouldn't be a lot to talk about, versus the Commanders and the Bears. But I will do that. I will maybe mention too, let me guys know if you guys want to hear a sit and a start for quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs. Just let me know if you guys want to hear that. If not, I'll maybe do a little thing for myself or something. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, run it up, do it all. RSL, baby, RK, out of here.